We have a special guest joining us today on Primetime Local News here at Stingray Television. Will Turpin from Collective Soul is here. Will, thanks for joining me.
Yes, thanks for having me again.
Well, Will, you guys have a busy few months coming up ahead. You got a tour with Hootie and the Blowfish. We're going to see you in Canada here for at least one date. But before we get into that, I want to talk about some exciting news that you guys have a double album coming out. That's amazing. Tell me a little bit about the process of putting this double album together.
We always wanted to do a double album. A lot of our heroes, being younger, and our favorite music is probably the classics from the '70s, but Yellow Brick Road, Physical Graffiti, the White Album, All Things Must Pass, George Harrison. We always wanted to do a double record. So we had this cool opportunity to actually post up some recording gear and set up a studio in Elvis's Palm Springs house. That was January 2023. So we were in Palm Springs for an entire month, going to Elvis's place, which was left basically exactly as he left it. It was sort of a time capsule. We went in there every day, had our made it comfortable for us, and got in there and just started recording. And I don't think we necessarily started out knowing we were going to do a double record, but it didn't take us long to go, okay, we're going to go for a double record. And then we had to talk all the business people into it, which was not that hard because at this point we were just tired of hearing what's smart and what people do these days. It's never been really what Collective Soul did anyway. We always did what we wanted to do. So uh, hopefully you can digest 20 songs. I know it's going to be super tough, but I don't think it's going to be tough at all. I think everybody's going to love the double record. And it's called Here to Eternity. We celebrate 30 years the same year we release a double record. And yeah, and we're getting ready to go on tour and do it up.
What was it like working in the space that Elvis was in? Do you draw some inspiration from that? Was it kind of surreal?
Oh, absolutely. We felt comfortable there. And we had toured the place once before because we had befriended the owner. Um, but yeah, man, there's DNA dripping off the walls still. His frequencies hit those walls. The RCA acoustic tiles that were in the main room that we recorded were put there so he could record vocals in that room. So yeah, man, it was just great. Palm Springs is a small community. About a weekend, we pretty much knew every shop owner, every if it was clothing store, nice restaurant, or a bar, they pretty much knew Collective Soul was in town for a month. We kind of look like a band when we walk around together. Go figure. Uh, but yeah, it's and we named the song or the record "Here to Eternity," kind of a play on Burt Lancaster's film, which is where we stayed at one of Burt Lancaster's Palm Springs homes. It was an Airbnb about 2 miles away. So we just had a blast. We like going on location, finding the groove, being a band. Band. The definition, you have to be a band, right? That word, it means you come together and you act together and you do things together. So that's what we did.
Did you have a lot of song choices to narrow down? Because obviously 20 songs is a lot. And how did you decide which ones were going to make the cut for this album?
No, I mean we kind of just no, we went right at the ones we thought were super cool. I don't think any of them hit the editing floor. There might be one that didn't make a record that we started, but the ones we finished are all on the record. There's one, there's the live song, Ed on acoustic and harmonica. He was really crushing that vibe live on tour. A song called Dylan, Where Are You Now? But yeah, no, we don't. We just get in there and go. And we know when something's right, so we don't have a hard time deliberating over things.
Well, now the album is out May 17th, and you've got the tour coming up, which is quite a busy tour as well. Do you guys still enjoy the rush of being on stage? I mean, I know you've been together 30 years, and some people who are in a job for 30 years, it's like you go out, you go through the motions, and then you're done for the day. But is that still a rush for you? And when you see fans and new generations of fans, for that matter,
Mm.
singing the songs to you, is that still a rush?
Yeah, it's a rush. I mean, and it's just I mean, maybe rush it in the right word. It's just a gratifying feeling to know that 30 years later you've created music and emotion that's integrated its way into people's lives. Um, there's memories that are going on when people are singing our songs. They're also in the moment, and like you said, multi-generational. Now we see it's really not a it's really not uncommon for us to see 3 generations in the same family at our show. You got a teenager, you got a parent who's upper 30s, early 40s, and a grandparent who's, upper 50s, 60 years old. That may not be quite the rush it was in the 90s when we were like, "Oh my god, people like our music," 'cause that was the that was the that was the sentiment in the 90s. "Oh my god, our singles are doing great and people actually wanna buy our tickets to see us play live." Now it's a celebration of life, and it just lifts the music, the emotion in the music, the lifetime of memories that everybody has associated with those songs. It becomes a celebration of life, and it lifts everybody up. It lifts me up still today. Yeah, absolutely.
So what is the key and I guess what's the glue that holds Collective Soul together after 30 years? A lot of bands don't even make it past the first year. So what is the key to keeping you guys together and enjoying each other's company, if that's still the case, and the success of the band?
Yeah, me, Ed, and Dean, we don't have a memory without knowing who each other are. So we've known each other, literally known each other our whole lives. Johnny and Jesse are in the band now for over 10 years. We absolutely have fun on the road. We laugh at a lot of the same things. We do a lot of the same stuff we've always done. Um, but yeah, we have a blast on the road. We enjoy getting together, playing music. It takes on the role of a job. Everything does, but we have no problem having fun and trying to have that go into the energy of the crowd as well.
Well, it's been a pleasure speaking with you once again, and hopefully we can catch you when you're in Canada here in September, September the 7th. You guys are in Toronto, and of course, the new album out May 17th, a double album. We're so excited for this. Thank you for joining me, and hope to chat with you again sometime.
Thank you for your time. See you then.